So as the calendar turns tomorrow, April 1st, that leads us just 23 days away from the NFL draft. And with the NFL draft on the horizon, that means the Washington Commander mock drafts are going to be coming out fast, fast, fast. In tonight's show, I wanted to do a couple mock drafts, realistic ones, but I couldn't have done it without any help. Tonight, I have a very, very good friend of mine coming on the show to help us draft the best possible prospects for the Washington Commanders. This guy right here knows the draft like the back of his hand, and he is going to join us here in a second. Let's get to it.
The way that we live is not for everybody.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
How do you think the rest of Jaden Daniels' career is going to go? If we're, 6, 7 games into Jaden Daniels' career, and he's already milking injuries? Like,
Niggas stop saying my name, you dick rhyme, baby. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, and Shawty is the winner. You can tell that Shawty love again now. She's confident.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders live stream. And in today's live stream, I have a goal out to draft the most realistic Washington Commanders mock draft that you'll see on the internet. But I couldn't have done it alone, as I had to bring my guy, John from the Ball and Burgundy podcast. I'm telling you, this dude right here, anything you need for the draft, he is your go-to man. John, how you doing, bro?
What's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you having me.
Man, I wanted to do this, and I did one alone last week, and it was cool. It was fun, but I just know since we do our weekly show, shameless plug. Well, I don't know if it'll be shameless into the ball.
No, it's not shameless at all.
We do this show, the Burgundy Breakdown every Wednesday. We know how into the draft you are. And I couldn't have thought of a better person to help me put together some great mock drafts for our Washington Commanders, realistic mock drafts as well. So we're going to do a couple. We're going to do, one where in terms we stay at 29, one where we trade back, one where we, trade the picks or whatever, stuff like that. We're just going to have fun with it, do a couple ones, and we'll get you out of here as soon as possible. Sound cool?
Sounds like a plan to me. Sounds like a plan to me.
All righty, so let's go ahead and get it started. Make sure you guys, obviously, we'll say this throughout the show. Subscribe to Ball and Burgundy Podcast, as that link will be in the comment section. Great content as well, and as always, we'll be here Wednesdays with the Burgundy Breakdown. But let me go ahead and try to get this squared away. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Can you?
I'm gonna make a. Oh, you're using mock draft database. I like it.
Yeah, okay. That's already a positive start for me. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go 7 rounds, 7 picks. And we're just gonna go with the Commanders, obviously. And let's go
with all the ads too. I love that side with all the ads.
All the ads, right? You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go ahead and get it started. So wait, actually, let me see. I'm gonna start it, but I think I have the sound up. Let me go ahead and do I have it? Oh yes, I do. That's all right, that makes it even that much more clutch. Let me see. Okay. So Cam Ward actually went number 1 to Duke. Oh, just peeping it. So Ashton Genty went 6. Man, who's that 6? Who is that?
6 would be the Raiders. So that's their big board. That's how they see the prospects.
I'm burnt. I didn't even click start yet. I forgot. I didn't even click start yet. I'm like, whoa, okay, whoa. All right.
I'm like, that's way too realistic, even for us.
All right, let's go. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so the only thing I don't like about it because I haven't seen it yet, but oh man, we're not gonna do this trade. This draft, we're not going to trade anything. But just curious, does this interest you right here?
A second, a fifth, a third, not that far back. I think they would have had
third.
to offer a first next year.
Yeah.
Because that's a 3, 4, 5, a 2, and a 5. I would need probably a first in next year to move out.
All the way back to
What's
day
going on,
2,
like,
right?
all that is middle of the third round day 2. Yeah, no.
Right. Yeah. Heck no. Oh, they
Green
out of
Bay
their
does
mind.
not.
Yeah.
That one's a little bit easier. NFL mock draft database is a little bit easier on the eyes in terms of their big boards and how prospects are going to fall. Now, the one grab I have against them is they always have the Giants take a third straight QB. It
Uh-huh.
goes Cam, it goes Shador, and it's got like Milrow, Gabriel, Curtis Rourke, Jackson Dart at 3, and you can scroll if you go up to the top where the teams are, and you scroll to the left to go find them. If you just take your mouse and kind of just do the scroll motion, it'll.
Okay.
Is it not letting you?
I'm trying. Yeah, I tried to see how can I see the previous picks, and
It should let you. I'm gonna pull up on my side just to make sure I'm not tripping, but it should absolutely tell you.
Okay. I think I'm doing it. Okay, we're good.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
All
So
right.
all the
Okay.
way. Yeah. So it has. So it has them taking Jalen Walker out of Georgia, and 2 overall. That would be insanity because that means everyone else would be passing about Abdul Carter, which is not. That ain't it. Abdul Carter should be a guaranteed pick. It's got
that would be the most Browns thing possible though. And that would be brownies right there.
That would have to be the most Brown things possible. But their owner came out and said if they're going to hold anybody responsible for the Deshaun Watson debacle, it's him and their team president. So that was insane to see.
Yeah. So I mean, if you want to do a different website after, we probably can. That would be more realistic, unless you don't think it necessarily affects us in the sense of.
It doesn't affect us too much, honestly. I always use PFF. I've paid for them the past like 2 years, and I finally figured out the little kinks in their armor. Because I talked about this on earlier today's episode with Andrew and Kurt from the Outback QB podcast. Shameless plug. But sitting here at 29, if we're gonna stick and pick, there is already one prospect on our big board. She on everyone's big board sitting there, highlighted in the suggestion. That is safety Nick Amenwari.
Right. So before we even continue with that specific player, did you guys hear him? He pays for mock draft websites. Where you at again? 1,000 mock drafts. This has he's this deep into it, man.
Dude, it helps. I get a 50% off with my student discount, so I'm probably paying like I don't know 25 for the year for PFF, and I can do unlimited trades, unlimited mock drafts, the whole 9. Because I used not to pay, but then you couldn't get past the third round. You couldn't make no trades. I was like, I need some realisticness from PFF. So I was like, I'm gonna shell out a little bit. I'm a buy in.
Right. So okay, now getting at 29. Washington is on the clock today. For this hypothetical, we're staying at 29. You talked about Nick Omamorori. I struggle with names, so God forbid, forgive me. I struggle with names. Nick E. Josh Simmons, Omarion Hampton, as you guys know, already talked about him so much here. Tyler Booker, Derek Harmon, and Gray
Zabel. That's interesting because I have Simmons and Zabel being taken already in most of my mock drafts. So that's interesting. They have them falling this far.
So when you take a look at those top guys, I know you said Nick E stands out to you the most. You can, if you feel free and want to, you can go, down by just the top. I guess we'll go top 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, depending on how you feel. You can kind of give us some background on each guy and let us know how you feel about him.
Yeah, I mean, out of those 5, I mean, aside from what Isaiah Bell said in the comments, he's taking Simmons or Hampton. If I'm sticking to picking, I'm taking Amenwari or Hampton. Nick Amenwari, 6'3", I think about 220 out of South Carolina. Man's got the speed. Man's got just the hit ability. He can do a little bit in coverage. I'm going to pull up his stats here in a second, but if you wanted a home run hitter kind of pick, Amenwari is definitely the move. I have teams taking him within the top 25, within the top 20. but yeah, like 6'3", 227 out of South Carolina. Really good in good in coverage, pretty good in the run defense. He had 4 interceptions on the year, only let up a 37 passer rating at safety. Doesn't miss a whole lot of tackles. He's not going to be he won't be like Cam Chancellor levels of plug and play kind of thing. He still needs a tad bit of development coming in, but you sit him behind Will Harris a little bit, just let him kind of stew, mix in the pot, put him on special teams to start like we did with our my and Rio guy, and Tyler Owens, number 40. Get him kind of get those reps going. He's going to be through and through one of our best defensive players in no time.
So yeah, that's what I was really gonna say. At 29, I made it clear that, and it doesn't take a rocket science to know this, but whoever we take at 29 for the most part is someone that you're not expecting to come in and just be a day one stud. Would you love that? Of course, but 29 is basically the second round, and and that's guys that has high potential, but you already addressed the position in free agency, or you already have a stud there that he can kind of understudy in terms of safety. Will Hurst. So the size, the speed, the athleticism, 6'3", 227 is amazing, and I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how impactful he would be in today's game in terms of the physicality, because we know not fun league, you know what I'm saying? They're all about, softening up the game. So in terms of his physicality, I don't know if it's, I wouldn't say important because it is, but if it's that, that important versus his playmaking ability, being the last line of defense. Is he able to sniff out interceptions? Is he able to, looks like it's a wide receiver down the middle of the field? No, here comes Nick E with the last minute breakup. In terms of his playmaking ability on the ball, how is he?
He's pretty good. He can jump a little bit. Can get run over in some pursuit angles. But the dude ran a 4.38 40. That was the second highest in safeties behind Marquez Sigel out of Kansas. Kansas State? Out of Kansas State. So if he's in open space, he can miss a few blocks here and there. But if you wanted that man in coverage up near the line of scrimmage, you wanted some freakish athleticism at your safety spot, this would be your go-to guy. He's only, 23? He's a junior. He's probably 21 years old, so he's got plenty of time to develop. His recognition and quickness could use a little bit to be desired, but you can always coach that in. Hell, we had BSJ on the team, and he was biting on stuff everywhere. So if you wanted someone who's going to take a few games to get their stuff in, but wants to play hard, play fast, and coach, Emenwari is your cat. I've seen him to Seattle. I've seen him to Green Bay. I've seen him to Baltimore. I've seen him to Detroit. Like if he's here at 29 and most of the edge prospects are gone and Omarion Hampton's gone, I'm running this pick in if we got a stick and pick. Okay.
Do you want to share some light on the other guys, or is Nick E is he just your guy?
I think the only other one is let me see the edge room real quick. The D end.
Okay.
It's right under D end. There you go. Yeah, the usual suspects is here. All right. The only other name I would say here at 29, if we had a stick and pick and the board falls the way it just fell, is Omarion Hampton, running back out of UNC. He is the clear-cut running back 2 in this draft class. Again, he's more of that B-Rob size, 6'1", 220, but 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns, 2 drops on the year, but that's nothing. He can get you out of the backfield. He can definitely get you running down lane. He can be a little impatient behind the line, but we're rebuilding that line better and better throughout free agency. So I'm not too worried. He ran a 4.46, so he's definitely got some speed on him. I know a lot of fans, in these comments alone, you got Isaiah, you got Hot Fever, company included, who are fans of Omarion Hampton. But I think this is too deep of a running back class to jump the gun, to jump the shark. So if I'm sticking and picking between those two, I'd probably take Nick Emenwari.
Okay. And with that being said, I just had made a video about Amari Hampton the other day, or Travion Henderson, I should say. And it dawned on me because I want Amari Hampton too. You guys know that, like 29. If we take Amari Hampton, I'm elated.
Oh yeah.
But it kind of dawned on me that, like, as much as a hole we have at running back in terms of a home run ability, we don't necessarily have a legit hole at the running back position. Like, for as bad as people want to, trash B-Rob, and I'm included in terms of turning on him. I love B-Rob, but I kind of see where he was last year, and it's not completely out on him, but just realistic at this point with him. And Al Stackler, although those are on 1 year, they only have 1 year left on their deal. They're still here. You still have to get through the year. So for me, Ashton Genty is a clear number one back. You go into anybody's locker room, he's the clear, go-to 20, 25 carry guy, guy a game. For me, that's Amari Hampton as well. So I think Amari Hampton best fits a team that has no running back room. We have a running back room. Do we love the running back room? No, but like we have a running back room. So in my head, I'm putting myself in Adam Peters' shoes. I think Adam Peters may not view, given the fact that, as you mentioned, we had there's so many running backs to choose from. Maybe they don't view the running back position that high of a need in terms of first round pick wise.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not out on Amari Hampton, but I would love him. But I just don't know. Given the fact that Travion Henderson may be second round, third round. Now here's the thing. Do you just say F it and take Travion Henderson because you're at 61? It's no way he's at 61, right?
He shouldn't be. I mean, I've got Judkins ahead of him. Henderson is going to be a really good RB2 for a lot of teams. If he's still there at 61 and we take safety or edge or someone at 29, I'm not going to be upset at all. I think we have more pressing needs considering how deep, and I stress this on Ball and Burgundy. I stress this on the Burgundy Breakdown. I stress this in text messages, in the comments, and the DMs. One of the deepest running back draft classes of all time. You can get guys in the 4th at 128 that in some other draft classes would be 2nd to 3rd round guys. The value's there. So if we got Travion Henderson, I have no grime or grips about it unless it was ahead of more positional needs. Like if he went in front of a Josiah Stewart, if he went in front of an Xavier Watts, if he went in front of a Savon Rebel Jr. at 61, I might start feeling iffy. But if he's clear-cut BPA at 61, I'm not mad at it.
Okay. So that being said, after yapping for the first round, and good yap, by the way, obviously, let's go ahead and head to the podium. Cash in it. I don't think Roger Goodell's going to be doing the pick by this time. I don't know. We don't know.
I don't know. For first round, he's pretty good about it.
Yeah. I think last year was one of the few times where he didn't announce every single pick. Because I know JJ McCarthy was announced by not Roger Goodell. But that being said, we're just going to pretend as if we turn the card into Roger Goodell. And with the 29th pick, oh, come on, don't loop me. We had the perfect momentum, and you loop me. But with the 29th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, per John from Barlam Burgundy Breakdown, he feels that Nick Amari is the best selection at 29. So that's what we want to take.
Yes.
So
yes.
Now we're fast-syncing forward to 61. Now we got to wait to see who is available. Again, for sakes of this trade, for sakes of this draft, we're rejecting trades. We'll do a trade one next draft. So stay tuned for that if you want to see us trade. Now, Jalen Murrow is still here. Quinshawn Judkins is still here. Xavier Watts. So here's my thing about it, and this is why you kind of like this. This was good about the draft. You really don't know how it's going to fall.
No,
you just said if Xavier Watt was still there, you would take him. However, we just took a safety in the first round. Quinshawn Judkins is there as well. I know the running
Maybe-
back class is deep, and I know you said 4th round. You still could find
Studs.
quality backs.
Yep.
However, talk to me. How you
He's
feeling about
there.
these top 3?
That top 3 is if you're a team with needs at D line, safety, and running back, and all 3 of those guys on the board, I do not pity you. I do not want your job in that scenario because I'm going to get fired whoever I pick according to the fans. If you scroll back up, there were 2 guys that we just discussed about that got taken right in front of us. That was Trevion Henderson and Josiah Stewart. And JT Tuma. Those guys just got taken right there at Houston, Baltimore, and Detroit. So there goes the edge I had my eyes on. There goes the running back we had just discussed in Trevion Henderson. If we're going running back, I would pick up Quinshawn right here. He would definitely become your depth RB. Xavier Watts, again, another one of these safeties where you cannot go wrong in picking him. He's a Notre Dame Fighting Irish. 6 foot 203. If you want ball hawking and someone with high IQ, he's going to be that guy. 6 interceptions on the year, 5 forced incomplete passes, really good in coverage, still can get you in man. But if Quinshot Judkins is sitting there, over 1,000 yards, 14 touchdowns, if we can make sure this running back or this offensive line sticks hard and they can do their jobs, I see no reason why we shouldn't look into it. He ran a 4.48, so he's still up there with the Hamptons in terms of speed. Maybe not as elusive as some of us want in our breakout guy, but he's right there. And if you scroll back down inside that top 5, I see a guy I've had my eyes on for the past few months. If we're going to go receiver, right there at Jaden Higgins. 6'3", he's got the hands. He, I think, is going to go real early in the second. I can see him being within those first few picks in the second. 6'4", 215. He's only got 2 drops on the year, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. You can put him in slot. You can put him in deep. Put him on the screen. He can block for you. But if we're just sticking at those first 3 picks, Jack Sawyer is very tempting. Redskins 301 said that. Isaiah Bell said that. But if we're looking for a home run type of hitter, I go with Quinshawn.
Well, screw it. We don't have to go with just the top 3 selections. Go with what you think the Washington Commanders are going to really do and what you feel is best. I mean, I wasn't going to cut you off, but it felt like you really wanted to go Jaden Higgins the way you were talking about him. And I mean, this wide receiver room, in my opinion, I'm very high on this room. Can it get better? Hell yeah! But I'm very high on Michael Gallup.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very high on Noah Brown. You guys give me slack about it all the time. Well, not more so you, more so Reedy and Z. They give me slack all the time about Noah Brown. I'm high on Noah Brown. I'm not gonna come down unless he's just outrageously bad next season.
Yep.
But of course, it's not the best wide receiver room, so I'm sure we could use a 6'3" Jaden Higgins. So, yep. I mean, just let me know who out of all the guys. Let's actually go ahead and John cashing in his decision or our decision in that sense. I'll put myself in it. We're doing a trade one next mock draft. So this one is just straight up staying where we are. So that being said, we are turning the card in, and John. Oh, wait. Come on, man. So with the 61st pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, John, the Washington Commanders select
Jaden Higgins, wide receiver, Iowa State.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
You think he's going to be – you don't – going to be there at 61 though. I
don't think he'll be there at 61. I think there's a lot of good receivers early on. Ehrlich, Manor, Jack Bedge, Higgins, Restrepo, even Trey Harris to a degree. Yeah, I mean, y'all gonna boom in the live chat. That's for darn sure. But if my guy is here at Edge, and I think he might be, I know what I've done correctly. If you can go to Edge real quick. Scroll down a little bit because there's still some guys I think are still on the board. Oh, did he go already? Oh, never mind. My plan didn't work out. All right, my guy's gone already. I was hoping to get Virginia Tech's Antoine Powell Ryland here, and he just went right there at the Chargers. Son of a gun. Golly. I'm not mad at it though. He would go pair up well with Khalil Mack. So I'm not too mad. All right, so sitting here at 128, what does the cornerback room look like so far? How can I do? Watch football. Insane. Dorian Strong is a name up there. Quincy Riley, we have met. He's, I think, one of our top 30 visits. Yeah, it's not a horrible cornerback room. I just don't think this early is a good thing. Braden Swinson at edge is a dog at LSU. I think he's gone already. The UCLA kid. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce his name. It's double O's, so that's insane.
Femi.
Femi. That's a name I don't even want to try to attempt. Redskins 301 said Darian Porter. Yes, out of Iowa State, I believe. He's definitely already gone by now. Isaiah Bell said Mello Dotson. I like him if we, had a later 4th pick. But sitting here at what does a running back room look like? Ooh. What is running back room?
A popular name by the name of DJ Giddens is still there. That's what a lot of people like.
That is a very popular name. If you scroll down, there's a few other names I like a little more. RJ Harvey Jr., Devin Neal, Brashad Smith.
It's a popular name as well right here.
Jaden Blue, that's a very popular name. Brashard Smith is someone I've had my eyes on intensely. Ran a 4.39 40, which is the 3rd highest behind Jaden Blue and Burchell Tutton. They haven't listed 177. That feels a little rich here at 121. But RJ Harvey ran a 4.4 flat, so I wouldn't hate it. He's 5 foot. He's about 5'9". I think $190 is what they have him listed at. RJ Harvey 5'9". Oh, 5'9", 208. Excuse me. Pardon my French. He is definitely not. Misses tackles. Really good as a rusher and a receiver. Just get him in space. He's good. 140 feels a little rich. Yeah, because the edge room left besides who? So someone brought him up. Gilead Galati out of Louisville, the edge. He's nice. I'm not saying anything bad about him. I have nothing but respect for all these athletes because all of them would bench press me out the gym, and meeting my weight because your boy is a thick boy. But I just don't get the biggest about him, if that makes sense. 6'3", 275, great size, and is a strong dude. I just don't get the greatest feeling about him. I feel a lot better about David Walker out of Central Arkansas. The biggest gripe about him is he's 6'2", 260, so he's on the smaller side. And people are gonna say, "Well, he played at Central Arkansas. He didn't play nobody. He didn't have any real competition." The biggest names on their board, Central Arkansas play was Arkansas State, and yeah, so the biggest name is Arkansas State. But if I had to go, oh, here's a good point. What does D tackle look like? Go unconventional. What does D line look like? Oh, CJ West. And, 3 prospects. 4 prospects I have my greasy mitts on. Okay. Son of a gun. Redskins 301, you, my friend, have done me dirty. CJ West, Jamari Caldwell, and Aeneas Peebles, and Elijah Roberts. They have Elijah Roberts listed at D-line. I'm not a fan of that. PFF lists him as D-end. 6'4", 295. Had a really good year for SMU. Oh, okay. All right, I know what I'm doing here. I know who I'm sticking to picking.
All right, you let me know when you got it cashed in.
Let's go.
All righty. So let me see. Go back up to here. And alrighty, so with the what is it, 128? Why do I feel like we always pick at 128 every year? I don't know.
It feels
Alrighty,
like,
so
yeah.
with the 128th pick, wait, first of all, with the 128th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, Washington Commanders select John.
David Walker, defensive end, Central Arkansas.
Now here's a guy, and go ahead and you know they're gonna be highly critical of that move because of the college.
Yes, they will be.
But man,
Yes, they
a
will
lot
be.
of the guys, a lot of guys come from small colleges and are studs.
Yes, they do.
So.
Yes, they do.
And this is a position of need too. I mean, I like the potential of Jacob Young. But other than that, there's nothing really too thrilling about that position. I'm not that high on Lawrence Armstrong as far as the pass rusher. Cleveland Furrows, like they're great in terms of stopping the run, but we don't have nobody that really can get the quarterback unless we plan on scheming it up and having Frankie Louisville just go for 11.5. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
right. Like I'm still a big fan of Javonte Jean-Baptiste, who we drafted last year out of 7th round of Notre Dame. I thought he showed really good flashes. And if they get him more in the rotation, I have no doubt he can be a really good rotational guy. But he needs to get some playing time. He only had a sack and 9 solo tackles in his whole playing time, but he was much better in the run than he was in pass rush. So that's a very good sign. If he's a little better on that run defense, edge rusher, and get him on a five-man blitz, I would use him tremendously. But here we are, pick 205 in the 6th round. Surprisingly, the comments section, Isaiah, Marcus, the fellas, they say Walker was an excellent pick. So you know what? I don't feel too bad anymore. I feel great about that pick.
As you should. You know the draft like the back of your hand, man.
He said.
Alrighty, so 205.
Yes, sir.
I will mention. Still haven't taken a running back yet.
No, we have not.
Still have not taken. Do you think the running back class is going to be this good in the 6th round?
It's not going to be as good as those first 5 picks, but we only have 2 in the top 75, 2 in the top 100, 3 in the top 150. So you've got to get creative. Marcus DJ Giddens was available at 128, but I think edge was a little bit more valuable. Now Jaden Blue is still there. Jarquez Hunter is still there. Woody Marks is still there. 3 guys I've taken in the past. I think Blue is going to be gone by now. He should definitely be gone by now. Same thing with Jarquez, but I'm not mad at it. Jarquez Hunter ran a 4.44. Woody Marks 4.54. I think Marks, we've had a top 30 visit with, or we're supposed to. I feel like that was a name people were throwing out. So I could go running back here. Oh, yeah, because Taj Brooks doesn't give me the biggest love. 1,517. He just doesn't have the speed to go north and south. Now, Chase Lunt still on the board? Oh, baby, that's a name. Okay. Yeah, Jaden Blue. Y'all let me know in the live stream if I've done messed up of letting Jaden Blue fall this far, because he has got the speed, 4.38, but something doesn't quite send me over the top. I don't know if it's ball security. I don't know if it's just limited playing time. Y'all let me know. Someone said Trevor Etienne. Sir, that man went from my Florida Gators to the Georgia Bulldogs. I will not be doing such buffoonery. Who's left in the cornerback room? I'm just curious. I'm out here making Juan do some work, folks. My apologies.
No, you good. This is what you were brought on for, man. This is yours. This is time for you to shine a light on all the prospects.
Yeah,
because we're learning together.
Oh, O'Donnell Fortune's still here, and I'm a fan of his. Hot fever, yes, because some GMs actually use heart to determine business decisions. Jalen Smith. Okay, I think I'm gonna go running back here because if this board falls correctly, I think one of the two guys I'm a fan of goes relatively soon. I want blue or do I want marks? Alrighty. With the 205th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Joquavius Marks, running back, USC.
Woo! So what? Why? What separated Jaquavius Marks from Jaden Blue? When Jaden Blue has the God-given speed that a lot of fans have been looking for.
He definitely does. Something just about him, I don't want to say makes me feel better at night, but he's got the game reps. He's got the overall better ability. As a runner, he can also give you some good work in the passing game. And if he's still here, he ran a 4.54. So that's better than some of the running backs we have on the roster. And I think if you're looking at guys who have the quote unquote commander tag, I think Marks is going to give that to you.
Okay, so with the last pick, 245.
245. Go to the cornerback room for me, please. I forgot Marcus Yarns, didn't I? Oh well. Sorry, guys. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, Jalen Smith is still there. Cool. Yes. Let's go. I already know my pick. I already know my pick.
Close us out with a banger.
With the 200 and was at 45th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders, with their penultimate pick, take O'Donnell Fortune, corner, South Carolina. Mello Dotson was on my that's a lead pick. Mello Dotson was on my board. Guys like that were on my board, but O'Donnell Fortune, if y'all have not checked out his tape, he's got a really good tape. He's got size, pause. Really good in he's one of the best zone corners in here, and still really good at man. Not the most explosive corner, but he's gonna give you some really good stuff. 3 interceptions on the year, 61 passer rating. He was pretty good every year he started. He's not gonna give you that run stopping corner, but if you want someone in coverage who's gonna knock away balls, who's gonna make sure quarterbacks don't get you, this is the guy. So I started with a South Carolina Gamecock. I ended with a Gamecock. Funny how that works, but if this was our draft, I would be singing praise.
Okay, so alrighty, you can, if you want to run us through them if you want, or we can go to the trade back one. How you feeling?
I'm gonna write this one down just to make sure I've got all my to make. I'm not that person who loves to double dip, because I think that just gets too. It just gets worrisome. Like, that was the problem with the Ron regime, is he would go like same guy, same type of build. That's why all of our running backs currently are the same. We said the same type of running back. Is they're all downhill hitters who don't have the speed. So what I think we could do is if we want to run the trade back, because everyone seems for us to trade back. I'm in the trade back camp. Nicky and Higgins are the only solid picks. This would be considered a wash. Stop it. Stop it. You wanted me to pick offense all my picks, didn't you, Hot FEMA? I think that's what you wanted me to do. But if we want to run this trade back, we can definitely run it.
Okay, just getting some of the comments here.
Yeah. Damn, DJ Giddens sucks. Hey man, that's ridiculous. ETN not overrated for a 6th round pick. Look, I'm supposed to say he's overrated. He was all right for my Florida Gators. He didn't do a whole bunch for Georgia, and that was a decently bad Georgia team. So it's not my favorite. The kid at Delaware State, Marcus Yards, he's on my list. He's not in my top 10 running backs deep in the draft class, but he's definitely up there. A team would be lucky to get his size and speed. Look, tight end. We said this with Kurt on today's episode about draft targets. There are guys later in this round who I would look at, but depending on value, and we brought back Ertz, we saw us in it. We brought back John Bates. It's not going to be our glaring hole. So, if we had like 8 picks, maybe I'd go tight end. But if we were sticking and picking at all 5 of ours, tight end would not be in the discussion right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
let's go ahead and
let's run it back.
Run this last one. Okay. All right. In this one, we are trading back.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I mean, we discussed this on the Burgundy breakdown. We are all pretty much in the same boat of trade back from 29, pick up an additional, day 2, day 3 guy. So yeah, let's run it.
All righty. So let's see what we do here.
Yes, sir. Armand Membu to the Patriots is a really popular pick. He is the most athletic offensive lineman round talent wise, so I would not be surprised if he's the first guy off the offensive line draft class. I'm not mad at it. But here we are, pick 29. Y'all, if you follow us on Ball and Burgundy Podcast, if y'all follow us on the Burgundy Breakdown, if you follow me on regular Instagram, I'm in the trade back camp. Even though it says we don't have a 2026 first, that's wild business. That's okay. What are the offers that have come our way in terms of trading back? I'm just curious who's interested. Oh, no one. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I normally do sitting at 29, and I got to fix this real quick, is I trade back to at least trade back to at least 37 with the Raiders at the bare minimum. That puts us back 8 spots. We generally pick up one of their thirds because we normally pick up their third. Who do I want to trade? I mean, we could be the team to trade with Chicago. We could be the team to trade with New England because they have some good picks at 39 or 38. Let's see what New England is talking about. So 238 for 129. Give me 77. That's too much. Interesting. Okay. Well then give me Chicago at 39. Because if they're saying that that's too much, then I okay, give me that. Give me 72. What are they smoking here? Okay. Give me New Orleans at 40. Give me the Saints at 40 because there's no way at a bare minimum you have to give up a third to get in. So give me 93. Give me 131 and 248. All right. So we move back into the second. We get a third, a fourth, and a seventh. I think relatively that's worth it. That gets you a third back. That gets you another fourth right after your fourth, and that gives you another seventh to play around with. I like that if you like it.
I love it.
All right, let's send it. Oh, it's a Rocco. No. I think I'm gonna stick here at number 40. Yeah, we're gonna reject in division offers. 53 for a third, a fifth, a fourth. Yeah, see, like that trade there is unrealistic. They wouldn't move up 13 spots for a third, 2 fourths, and a fifth and a sixth. I think that's where this it's a little unrealistic is the amount of trade offers you can get. But that's okay. We're gonna reject it anyways.
Okay. So now the Commanders are finally on the clock.
Amarian Hampton is still there on the board, which is insanity to me. Considering James Pierce Jr. also fell, so that's wild business. Jackson Tar
as well. That's the guy that we met with.
If he could clear off Redskins 301 tight end comment, we don't need him. We don't need to talk about tight end real quick. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Yeah, Maxwell Harrison is someone they've put on our boards for a while. Benjamin Morrison is still there, which I said this during the Burgundy breakdown. If not for his hip, he would be, Benjamin Morrison I think was his ACL. Not for his ACL, he'd be a guaranteed first rounder. Go to the cornerback room for me, please. Yeah, see, there's some names on that board that I like. Gregory Isaiah Thomas, I think is how you pronounce his name, is already gone. My friend. It feels rich to take Porter here. It's not so bad. Morrison or Harrison. I'm curious what the edge department looks like. Because, okay, yeah. Landon, JT, Princely. Is Josiah Stewart already gone? No, he's here at 73. Okay.
No, he's right here.
Yeah. Because if he falls to 61, he's a home run hitter. I feel like it's a little rich here at 40 to take him. What does the receivers look like? I know I already took Higgins last mock, but I'm curious who's left. It's Higgins again. Okay. I don't want to double dip. I don't like double. They have Jack Betch before or after Higgins. That's interesting. I think Betch and Higgins will be guaranteed second rounders. Isaiah Bond just fell off the board for me. Savion Williams is a big receiver. Yeah, let's go cornerback.
All right. The 40th pick. Yeah, go ahead and handle that. I'm just trying to, set you up.
Are you good? With the 40th pick in 5 NFL draft, the Washington Commanders select Darian Porter, corner, Iowa State. He's back up more. He's back up towards the top with Harrison. Yeah,
Talk to us a little bit about Darian Porter.
He's definitely more of that zone corner. I think he's definitely more raw pause than some people want to admit. But it's again is if Benjamin Morrison is fully healthy come come April, then he's definitely more of that man coverage, good instincts. It's just getting him back into form after hip surgery. Okay, so Benjamin Morrison was the hip. It's Will Johnson is the other one I was thinking of. But yeah, Darian Porter, I mean, 6'4", 200 pounds. He was a former receiver. He turned corner. He's got the ball skills. He's got the size. He's got the length. He's got a track background. So he's definitely got the speed. He ran a 4.3 flat. He was the second fastest corner at the combine. Again, he's definitely not great in the run. I would not trust him in the run. But he gave up no touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the year, a 4.7 passer rating, playing Iowa, Houston, West Virginia, UCF, Kansas, Utah, Arizona State. Like, he played teams. He played Arizona State in the playoffs. Kansas should have been in the playoffs. So he's someone who's been on my board for a while. People are going to say it's a crazy pick and St. Juiced all over again. Porter is much better, I think, overall wise, but he's gonna take a minute to progress. But I have no issues with that, considering we've addressed corner a little bit already, and center still with Jonathan Jones and Marshawn Lattimore. He's gonna be good, kind of a good rotation piece.
Right. Okay. So, what do you think about this trade here? Do you want to entertain it or not?
I think I'm gonna stick here at 61 again. If my guy has fallen the way I wanted him to fall.
Look at this BS right here.
No, I'm not trading any. I'm not. No, I don't even think Atlanta has half those picks for next year. No,
Right.
68. No. All right, edge department, please. Yes.
I think we all know where this is going.
pick. Yup. With the 61st pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Josiah Stewart, edge rusher out of Michigan.
Talk to us about Josiah Stewart. What can we be expecting?
Been one of our guys since the draft process started. He'll take a second to be the rotation, but I mean 6'1", 245. He's got the length, he's got the effort. He had 9 sacks this season. He's gotten progressively better every single year. 27% pass rush win rate. He plays outside the tackle. He's gonna get you QB here. He's gonna get you QB hits. They're gonna say less than ideal at 6'1", 245, but if you use him especially as like a blitzer, or the best combo I've seen is Uchenna Nwosu out of Seattle, more of that kind of blitzing linebacker kind of person. He's gonna get you heavy pressure.
Okay.
So what do we have? Pick 93.
Is any of this interest you right here?
102 for a 4th and a 6th. That's not the worst offer I've seen, because 102 is their compensatory pick. I want to see who's on the board first before I make another trade back, if you would not mind. Okay, Kyle Kennard's still there. People are a fan of Savion Jones. I have not. My apologies, guys. I have not done the work on Savion Jones. I'm sorry. Millam. Underrated prospect. People need to pay attention to for non-Washington fans. Harold Fannin Jr. He's someone that teams who need an oversized receiver / middle of the pack tight end size. That's someone that is quite nice. Can we look at wide receiver, please? Restrepo, Savion, and Josh's guy, and Kyle Williams. I've gotten more of a fan of Kyle Williams. Now, everyone in my comment section, Off the Fence podcast, I think you said it. Ty Felton. I would not hate the pick. I'm a fan of his. I got to do more work on him, but I just don't want to take him because he's the hometown guy, meaning DMV. I don't want to be that person, but he definitely would not be out of the realm of possibility. I don't want anybody to get that twisted. I think he's an excellent candidate. I think he brings a really good potential to this offense. 6'2" to 186. The biggest issue for me, I got to do more Maryland tape, guys. I'm sorry. Is he has 8 drops on the year. He had almost a drop every game. Now, that doesn't really mean anything. That really doesn't. That it just doesn't do it. Now, Nick Nash. Nick Nash is interesting, right? He's lower down on people's boards. He had 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns. If it was not for Travis Hunter, he would be higher on these boards. But go to running back for me, please. I just want to see who's still on the board. DJ Giddens. Tutton's still on the board. That's my guy. You know what? I'm gonna entertain the Lions offer. It was, yeah, it was. I think one.
We will have to re-offer. We will have to offer them, right? Because I declined it.
Yes, yeah. So it was 102 for 93. And I think it was 130 as well. Yeah, I'm gonna do that straight up. Honestly, I'm gonna do straight. I don't think we're gonna get a 2 with like a 3 pick. Oh crap. Okay, that's what I get for doing that. Kyle, I wanted Kyle Williams there. I felt too rich at 93. Because I thought he would fall. That's insane. All right. I think yeah, we'll stick here at a running back.
Okay.
We're already here. I'm gonna go with my guy. Y'all can flame me in the comments. I'm going Brashell Tutton, running back at Virginia Tech.
Okay. And I know a little bit about him only because of NCAA, college football 25. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
He's faster in real life than he is on that game. Not gonna lie.
He is, which is insane.
Okay.
Now here's the interesting part is we have pretty much back to back picks because we hold 128 and with the 2 trade backs we got 2 fours out the deal. So I'm not even gonna look at these the 3 trade offers because we have 3 picks right here. Y'all gonna say it's fumbleitis. Most of our running backs have fumbleitis. I just like the getaway speed of Tutton. And actually, he does have fumbleitis. Well, 0 drops on the year. That's fine by me. All right, let's go to receiver real quick. We've got this amount of picks. Why not look at the board? Oh, can you move Isaiah Bell's comment real quick? My apologies. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's one guy that's still left on the board I'm a fan of. Both Felton and Williams went, so that's A-okay. Now that's a fumble I like. Giddens though would have gone DJ. I'm not hating on DJ Giddens. I've just been more a fan of Tutton after a while, so that's why I went with him. What does the offensive tackle board look like? This can get a little interesting. Pearson Lunt. Yeah, that's what I thought, and I'm not mad at it. Pierce has risen up boards for very good reasons. He is 6'8", 344 pounds. let up 1 sack this past season for Rutgers, and they played Virginia Tech, they played Washington, they played Wisconsin, they played USC, South California, they played Maryland, they played Michigan State, they played Illinois. So I think here at 128, I would not be opposed to tackle. But what does the interior class looks like? Only because, especially the Reading and Z talking Allegretti to them. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Dylan Fairchild. All right. One of the better guards in this draft. Only gave up a sack last season. He's much better pass than run. Oh. Did he play any tackle snaps this year? No. Well, Cosme out and everything. I think I am gonna go back to Holland Pierce at tackle. Get me some big boy depth, especially with us leaving, getting rid of Cornelius Lucas. 128th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders take Holland Pierce, tackle out of Rutgers.
Alrighty, and just like that, we're back on the clock.
Yep. This is another one of those picks we traded back for. So I think this is where I go wide receiver because we have the back-to-backs. I already know my guy. He's been on my boards for quite a while. It's not
As a Merlin fan, I'm sorry. If you cut out, I thought you were done. My bad.
No, go ahead.
Nah, I was going to say, as a Merlin fan, I'm hoping Caden Pratt to become. I doubt it, but I hope he's a UD undrafted free agent. He's a guy I would love to take a chance on, more so than Todd Felton anyway. And they both played on Merlin, which I kind of watched. So Caden Pratt is that dude, though.
He looks good. Obviously Felton took more of the production from him, considering 620 and 4. I've got to do more tape on these Maryland guys. I just haven't, and I apologize for that, folks. But I think if I'm sticking here at 130 and this guy's still on the boards, I know I'm going to take him. So, as Dion would say, there we go. Hit the music. With the 130th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Pat Bryant, wide receiver, Illinois.
Talk to us about Patty.
Pat Bryant is someone it took me a second to get into because I didn't watch a whole lot of Fighting Illini, but he's a 6'3" X kind of wide out. He's going to get great in the rotation. He's a strong build, reliable hands. He only had one drop the whole year. He's very good at contested catches, runs really crispy routes, and he can block. People don't understand, if you can get a wide receiver that blocks, that's huge. He had 984 yards, 10 touchdowns on 54 receptions. So he was averaging 18 yards a reception at Illinois this season. And I mean, one of the better receivers I saw when I was watching Illinois. So he was on my board for a while. Y'all, if y'all haven't done the tape on Pat Bryant, please do. You will not be disappointed. Here at, what is this, 131. I am very tempted to trade back again, but I don't think we should keep doing a bunch of trade backs because unless you're like the Eagles last year who took a bajillion trade backs, it's not the most realistic. I would love to see who's left in the safety room besides Latham Ransom. Bowman and Sanker. Okay. People have been trying to convince me about Billy Bowman. I'm not the biggest fan of Billy Bowman Jr. He's a little undersized, but what really hurts him is his missed tackle rate. And just missing tackles, period. Like some of his worst games, Tulane, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Mizzou, and LSU. Those are all SEC teams. Jonas Sanker, I was thinking the same thing. Remember, Lil? So you and I are doing one of these. He too doesn't have the greatest tackle rate. He missed 13 last season, but he's a little bit more well-rounded coming out of the Virginia Cavaliers. What does the defensive tackle room look like, if you will? Ooh. Y'all gonna hate me for this. Y'all are really gonna push against me. But Juan, if you will, please hit the music.
I got you.
With the 131st pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Aeneas Peebles, defensive tackle, Virginia Tech.
So even with all of the additions to the defensive line and free agency, you still have the Washington Commanders select that one, and it is Aeneas Peebles. Talk to us about VTech's very own. And this isn't well, you're a Florida fan. Never mind. I thought you was
I am a Florida fan. More importantly, I'm an ODU Monarch. So the Virginia Tech boys are my arch rivals. I would be in the same boat. Remember when Howie Roseman called Nolan Smith and said, "I went to Florida, so this pisses me off to keep drafting all these Bulldogs."
Mm-hmm.
I'd be in the same boat as I'm a Monarch, and I'm pissing off that I keep drafting all these Hokies, but y'all are that good, so I'm not mad at it. Aeneas Peebles is 6'1", 290 pounds. He's gonna be more of a 3-tech rotation guy. But I mean, he was if you wanted someone to put pressure on the quarterback from the interior, he's one of the best in the class. He had 3 sacks, 31 hurries, 2 batted balls, 17% pass rush win weight, and he can still get after the run. He primarily plays in the B gap. One of his best games came against my Monarchs, so I've seen him in person firsthand. But I mean, he's an absolute dog. If we got him or his running mate Antoine Powell-Ryland, who is again my guy, he had 14 sacks this past season for said Hokies. As much as the Monarch in me would be kicking myself in the stomach, I would be doing jumping jacks. A little undersized, yes, but I mean, so are actually a lot of guys coming to this draft are undersized D linemen. So it doesn't worry me as much. I mean, Willie Lampkin is a 5'11" guard.
Right.
That doesn't worry me one bit. So pick 205, one of our original picks that we haven't looked around at. So I've already taken. What does the safety room look like, if you will, please? Malachi Moore. Here's the thing about Malachi Moore. The one knock on Mr. Moore, and if please let me know if I get this wrong, is I think it was just his leadership ego-ness. He got very chippy with opposing players. Nothing wrong with that, but I think it cost him being benched for a game or two, and it got him thrown out of a few games. So that's what I'm worried about, is him having a similar Marshawn Lattimore chippiness, if that makes sense. Juan, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, but that, for shame me for it, but that's the kind of defense I want. Now, not ego-ness, thinking I'm better than you in terms of your team, and your ego is too big for the team, and but if it's to getting ahead of other players of other teams, and of course, that's what I want.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not trying to professionally knock him. I think all these athletes, if you're an athlete, you should have a bit of an ego to you. I mean, you're the top 1% of the 1% of the 1% of the population getting into the NFL draft. But I don't want a CJ Gardner-Johnson type of ego to where you're going to get a booted from the game kind of thing. But there is a guy who I've more recently done some research on. Someone said in the comments, Craig Woodson out of Cal. 6 foot, 210, good in coverage, good in the run. 2 interceptions on the year, forced some incomplete passes. Only missed 8 tackles on the whole season. If you could scroll down just a little bit, I want to see if RJ Mickens is still on the board. If you will, please. Clark, King, Crawford, Shiloh. Get out of here, Shiloh. You're not getting drafted. Major Burns. Okay, so he's long gone. Okay. Yeah, I think I know what I'm gonna do here. Here at
Okay.
205.
As we're winding down the stream, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys subscribe to Ball and Burgundy Podcast. My guy John, we're always on together on Wednesdays for the Burgundy Breakdown. And make sure you sub them up and get them to 1,000 subscribers. But that being said,
The 205th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders. I almost flipped them and said Redskins. The Washington Commanders select safety out of California. Yeah, we got 2 more picks. 5 and 248.
okay, so we're closing down to the last final picks. How you feeling?
Yes, we are. I feel good so far. I really like this draft. A lot of these guys I've had high on my boards. If you could look at kicker.
That's an interesting one. I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm curious if he's on the board. Okay. Andres Bulgaris. My apologies, guys. If you cannot tell, I don't have much seasoning to my melanin, so I'm not very good with names sometimes. But this is someone that people have put to us. I gotta really pull up his tape. Andres Borregales. Kicker out of Miami. Yeah, apparently 100% percentage on the extra points, 94% on field goals. He was long from 56. And he was 2 for 2 for 50 plus. I think he would be good competition to bring in. I would not hate the pick because we had like 2-3 meetings with that kicker already. Why not take him? See, yeah, Bessie, you're in my head. All right, get out of my head, bro. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take that kicker out of Miami.
Okay.
The 245th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Washington Miami. Andres Borregales. I'm gonna if he sees this. First of all, I'm sorry if you see this. I'm sorry, because I cannot say last name to save my life. But we've taken a lot. We've taken. That's your favorite pick.
I think so. Contrary to popular belief, which I don't think is that far off, but I would love security at the kicker position. Like, I know he's not as looked at in the positive light as of now, with all the situation that's going on with him. But you know how much it would mean to me to have a Justin Tucker-esque career for our kicker. We already got to a Trust Way, which his career is probably winding down, but.
Yeah.
I just want I got a quarterback. I've always wanted that. I got a quarterback.
Yep.
I want a kicker now. Like I need I feel like all the positions that you should look at to have 10, 15-year careers with one team. Like it's mandatory to have quarterback, kicker, punter.
Yep.
Left tackle like that. Like, but anyways.
Yeah, quarterback, corner.
Finish
I
off.
think left tackle would be the last. Would be that third biggest. Riley Leonard, hilarious, funny. Let's look at the interior offensive line. I want to see if there is a name that I keep drafting. This might piss some people off. It's IOL. Oh, Clay Webster. They have Carson Vincent as interior. That That's interesting. Because Carson Vincent played all of left tackle for Alabama A&M, so I don't know why they have him on the interior. Can you scroll down a little bit and see if Marcus Ware is still on the board? I hope he's not gone. Oh, they have Jonah Mahans. Jonah Mahans so far down. Oh, did he go already? Son of a gun. Okay. That changes my idea. Okay. What I was gonna go with was Montana State guard Marcus Ware. Because he has not given up a sack in 3 seasons, is a big guard at 6'4", 300 pounds. His foot speed has some room to be desired, but that dude can block for the best of them. All right. This is gonna be maybe a controversial topic, but let's look at linebacker. Because so we still have Jordan McGee, that's a my guy. We still have Bobby Wagner. We still have Frankie Louvu. Yes. But after that, it's not a whole lot of looks. Yeah, there's only really one name I would take here if I was going linebacker, and he's at the top of the board. That's Cody Simon. I'm not gonna go him. I could have sworn he did not declare for the draft. I could have sworn he never did. But I mean, if you wanted a really good run defensive linebacker, Cody Simon's your guy, 6'2", 235. Bobby, 100 years old. Gregory, he's 100 years old and gave you a Pro Bowl season, so I don't want to hear any disrespect on Bobby Wagner's name. He's Gold Jacket certified. Buchanan's already gone. He was a name I took in my recent mock draft, and he is a coverage linebacker, which is something we need. You know what? For the hell of it, let's look at tight end. Oh, that hurts. Okay. Okay. Oriande Gadsden the second is a very, very tempting pick here at tight end. I just think they need to get Sinnott more involved. Gadsden, 6'5", 236, is pretty much a big slot wide receiver. 934 yards, 7 touchdowns at Illinois. That's that's tempting. Okay. Crap. One, I want to hear some of your thoughts while I figure out what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I think with us re-signing all of our tight ends, that lessens the importance of the position in this draft. However, Zach Ertz is not going to play but forever. Then I think if we win a Super Bowl, he's gone for sure. So guy like Orton, I can't say his name either. I'm probably worse with you with name. He gives me. I love Jordan Reed. Before Terry McLaurin was became my favorite all-time commander or Redskin. Jordan Reed was that guy for me because of the potential that I knew we'd have. I would die on that hill to this day. I think he is better than Travis Kelce and would be in that conversation with Travis Kelce. Had he would have stayed with Kirk Cousins and the Redskins, would have been the Redskins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've always been a sucker for Kyle Pitts, Jordan Reed's athletic, gifted tight ends. And I so badly want that. I do. And if you look at our tight end room as a whole, it's nobody in that tight end room that can truly separate like a receiver. And in this generation, Brock Bowers and all these guys that are, basically a receiver in the tight end's, position, that wouldn't be too bad for me. And given the value that he's in, why not?
Yeah. Okay, Gadsden pretty much ran a 4.6 40. So that's amazing. 6'5" is great size. 243 is a little undersized for some people, which is not the worst. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna make this clear for people. He is not a blocking tight end. Let's be honest. That is not his strong suit. Sinnott is like our fullback. Ertz is our receiver. Bates is our blocker. Gatson is probably the mix of Bates and Sinnott, or Bates of Zach and Sinnott. So you know what? Why not? Let's round this out with a playmaker for Jaden in the future. Let's go Gatson the second.
Alrighty, so that is our second draft. And this one is when we trade back and got a ton of pick, got a ton of capital. John, how are you feeling about these two picks before we get up out, or two drafts before we get up out of here?
I feel really good. I think if we were in a second pick, that first mock draft we did, and we took those guys, I would be in high heaven. I think if we traded back and got a lot of these guys, Stewart, Tutton, Bryant, Peebles, Gatson, Woodson, I think, again, I would be ecstatic. I think there's going to be some guys coming to this draft that people are going to want us to take that don't exactly maybe fit what we need, and I do that all the time. But I am very happy with how these boards fell.
Alrighty, so that being said, thank you, John, so much for stopping by and enlightening me and everyone else with your draft knowledge, getting us ready for the 2025 NFL Draft for the Washington Commanders. Let everyone know where they can find your content, and we'll get up out of here.
If y'all have not already done so, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on Juan's channel. Actually, I want to give him some flowers because having me on the show, appreciate you bringing your knowledge to the Burgundy Breakdown. It's great seeing you. Been a fan of yours since we started up BIB. You, Rio, Josh were like the high benchmarks for us just to make our way up. So appreciate you, man, for setting the bar high for all of our content creators. Keep doing your thing, man, because you were doing some good work here on this community. Can't wait to see you grow and grow with you. But if y'all have not already, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at Ball and Birdie Podcast. We just dropped an episode today with Curtis from the Outback QB Podcast out of Australia. We did a global podcast. We did worldwide collaboration. It took some time. It took some time to set that up. But we got that done. Yeah, Instagram and TikTok at Ball and Birdie Podcast. Twitter at BIB Podcast 22 because Twitter hates long usernames. But yeah, we're going to have a lot more mock drafts coming on BIB. We're going to have a lot more talks with other content creators, maybe with CanFan. Definitely got to get Juan on the show for sure. And then every Wednesday night, you can find myself, you can find Juan, you can find Reedy Z, the Burgundy Breakdown live every Wednesday night, about 8:45 p.m. now. I think we're pushing that back a little bit to get everyone ready. But that's if you want live looks, that's going to be the place. If you want a more detailed look, at Ball and Birdie Podcast is the place to go.
Alrighty, so thank you guys for checking us out tonight. As always, me, boy Juan. Gotta make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. 1 to 10,000 subscribers. We really appreciate if you can reach that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Have a blessed one. Stay safe. Be easy out there.
Ballin' like I'm Deshaun, throw the bomb, G. That's IG, my jersey never seen a line.